Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a really interesting question. How does something ancient, something traditional, find its place in our super digital world? We're going to use the Ajwa Academy website as our case study to unpack how the online Quranic Academy model works and what it might tell us about the future of learning.
So it really all boils down to this one big question, right? Think about it. We do everything online now, from our banking to our groceries. So how does deeply rooted traditional education keep up, especially when it's something as important as religious studies?
And you know what? The answer is actually pretty simple, but also really powerful. You don't change the ancient knowledge itself. You just change the classroom. You take that essential connection between a teacher and a student, and you make it global through the internet.
Okay, so what does that actually look like in the real world? Let's break down how this one specific tradition, Quranic education, has been completely redesigned for an online audience.
So what exactly are we talking about here? Well, according to the Academy's own definition, these are live lessons. That's the key. This isn't about watching pre-recorded videos. It's a real, interactive classroom with a qualified teacher, and you can join in from literally anywhere you can get online.
That all sounds great, but how does it actually work if you're a student who wants to sign up? Let's walk through the process from the very first click to your actual lessons.
It looks like a pretty simple three-step journey. First, there's a free trial class, which is a really smart move. It lets people get a feel for it with no commitment. Then, if you like it, the enrollment is personalized just for you. And finally, you get into the core of the program, regular, live, one-on-one lessons with your own teacher.
And what's on the curriculum? Well, it's pretty extensive. It goes from the fundamentals, like Quranic reading or Nazra, all the way to the fine details of pronunciation, known as Tajweed. But it doesn't stop there. You can also get into deeper topics like memorization, explanation of the text, and even other basic Islamic studies.
Now, if there's one thing the Academy really emphasizes, it's this: the personalized one-to-one teaching. This is a huge deal. We're not talking about a massive online lecture with hundreds of people. The entire model is built around private, individual instruction.
And here's why that matters. You see it right here in this quote from a student named Ahmad in the US. He says the flexible timing and those one-to-one classes were the exact things that helped him stay consistent. So that personalization is clearly working.
Okay, so we've got the how, but what about the why? What is it that makes this model so popular? Well, the Academy's own numbers give us some pretty big clues.
First, just look at the scale. They've conducted over 850 online classes. Right away, that tells you this isn't just some small side project. There's a real, serious demand for this.
But here's the number that really jumped out at me. A 98% student satisfaction rate. I mean, wow, that's incredibly high. It means that for almost everybody who tries this, it's not just working, it's working really well.
So how do you get a satisfaction rate that high? A huge part of the answer has to be the people. The whole platform is built around a core group of more than 10 qualified teachers. That focus on quality instruction is clearly paying off.
And here's the human story that puts it all into perspective. This is from a parent, Sarah, in the UK. She talks about how fast her daughter improved, but listen to what she highlights: the teacher's patience and clarity. That's the kind of stuff that numbers alone can't tell you.
So when you put it all together, the appeal becomes crystal clear. You've got certified teachers giving personalized one-on-one lessons. You've got a structured curriculum, flexible scheduling for anyone in any time zone, and it all happens within an authentic learning environment.
Now, that flexibility we just mentioned leads directly to our next point. This isn't just an online school. Because of its nature, it's become a truly global community.
I mean, just look at this list. You've got students logging in from the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, the UAE, and all across Europe. It's an amazing example of how technology can just completely erase borders when it comes to education.
But you know, a platform like this doesn't just spring up out of nowhere. There's almost always a clear mission behind it. So let's take a look at the founder's vision for this whole project.
The founder's goal is stated very directly. It's not just about teaching the Quran. It's about how it's taught. The focus is on making it clear, engaging, and effective, with real emphasis on proper pronunciation and, most importantly, true understanding.
And his background lines up perfectly with that mission. It's built on these three key pillars: knowing how to design a great online curriculum, having deep expertise in the subject itself, and, this is the crucial part, knowing how to build the technology to make it all work. It's that blend of skills that makes this whole thing possible.
So if we were to sum this all up in one sentence, this is it. What we're seeing here is a model that takes the timeless, personal connection between a teacher and a student and uses modern technology to make it available to absolutely anyone, anywhere on Earth.
And that kind of leaves us with one final big question to think about. If one of the oldest educational traditions in the world can be successfully brought online in such a personal, one-to-one way, what's next? What other parts of our culture and our heritage are about to get their own digital makeover? It really makes you wonder.